Oh, hi everyone. I'm Hills and Swamps, or Dunmary Moon, but I'm going to be introducing to you the first class and Skyrim build. Well, not really class, but the first Skyrim build that I'm ever going to do on this channel. And I'm sorry for no picture or no image, but while you're listening, you could probably do more important things than listen to me yammer on about a build. Oh, no, I want you to listen, but you don't have to watch the video. Maybe play a game on the computer or play Skyrim while I'm talking about the build. Maybe even make the build. But this build, I'm going to tell you race, stats, skills, basically everything that's the basics. And after I get done with the basics, you can do basically whatever you want your with this build. So to start off, I've named this build the Crone, and as the name implies, it is an old woman. Not the nicest lady in the world, but has a soft heart concerning a few things. The main thing you should know about the Crone is that the race should be Breton, mainly because the Breton race starts off with the lines, the wrinkles, everything an old person basically means. Not calling any of you out there with wrinkles and lines old, I'm just saying. But, the next thing you're probably going to want to know. Now, I already told you the race. It's Breton, mainly because the cosmetic effects of the lines and wrinkles, and the addition with magic and, I believe, speech, which you're going to need later on. Well, I'm going to tell you the skill later on. But, this is a very interesting build, which was funny is that I found this build on one of my Xbox profiles that I haven't been on in a while. I found it, loved it, played it for a little while, and after that it went on pretty smoothly. So yeah. Now to start off with the skills, well, no, I'm going to give you a backstory first. Raised in High Rock and used to the high-steamed life of most Bretons, all fancy and classy, the Crone was, after all, found to be a crone and shunned and banished from the village she lived in and thrived in. I mean, the pillar of the community was an old hag going past her days of use. Who wants a leader that can barely walk by herself? Do you? I didn't think so. Now then. Well, the main skills you're going to need would be speech, conjuration, bit of destruction, one-handed, daggers and daggers mainly, stabs for backup. Again, she's not the nicest woman in the world, but you can make her. You can make her that old little um, apple-faced woman down the street. Do whatever. It's your build. Once I get done with the basics. Speech, because hello, she's an old crone. Who doesn't listen to her? She always gets what she wants. I mean, you can't deny that face, unless it's the ugliest and most ratchet face you've ever seen. But come on, sweet old ladies. Well, sweet old ladies. Emphasis on the sarcasm. Are always interesting. Well, almost always. But, next up is conjuration. Mainly because you're an old lady and you can't fight worth hell. So, I mean, you couldn't fetch away out of a paper bag. So, why not summon minions and stuff to do it for you? I mean, come on. Bodyguards. What else are they for? And companions. Companions are also very helpful, considering you're an old lady and you can't carry stuff either. Excuse. Excuse for not carrying things. That was a legit cough, by the way. It hurt. But the next skill, I believe, would, when you get speech and conjuration. After that, you could go for alteration for a little extra defense. In combat, she's not going to be much help because of the whole old feeble lady thing. But she's going to be mainly a defensive build in combat. But roleplay wise, she's great. She's one of them that you could go into a small village or city and live a normal life, all that. Matron of the clan, so on. But I suggest living in solitude since that is a high up, classy place to be in. And I mean, solitude, it it's filled with old crones. You can't not go in solitude or Markarth and trip over an old lady. I mean, that's impossible not to do. I mean, like, seriously. But the third skill, if any, would be one-handed. No, I already said that, didn't I? I think I did. Okay, we're good. I'm crazy, don't mind me. But, complexion helps a lot with the age look in the game. But, per, perks, I'm not going to go into detail with because that's just too much. That's too much detail. Y'all can do whatever. But the three main skills I recommend are speech, conjuration, and one-handed. Maybe a few other stealth skills too. But yeah, those are the three I mainly recommend. And sorry, I'm playing Skyrim. That's why I'm so slow right now. I'm actually creating this build again. My cousin and I accidentally deleted one of them. But very lovely thing to roleplay with, especially if you end up murdering the person you marry, because that's always fun. Especially, ooh, great person to marry would be Octave Son in Solitude. Has a nice house and a daughter, so you get a new child, but only by marriage. Um, I don't know what else to add. Yes, I do. Of course I do. I'm not stupid. You shut up. Okay, I will. Okay. A few other things. She's an old lady who tends to always get her way. So try and make her seem as appealing as possible, for being an old lady. Um, very persuasive. Her main skill is speech, that's the skill that's going to get her everything she wants in the world. If you want an example of this build, think of Grelod. Grelod? Who's Grelod? I know that name, but not Grelod, but, there's an old lady named Grelod somewhere in Skyrim. Trust me, they're Vikings. There's someone named Grelod. But Bothella from the Hag's Cure in Markarth. So, basically, this is my first build that I'm putting on YouTube. It kind of sucks because I'm actually having to detail things instead of actually play it out. Well, I'm playing it out anyways, but my advice, don't use this as a combat character. I mean, you can, but it's not recommended only because she's a crappy old lady who can't fight. And first thing I suggest you do is get married. Get married, get a house, get money. 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 Her. I forgot all about her backstory. I have 5 minutes left. I can do her backstory. Old lady. I've already told you most of it, but the main part is her hunger for wealth and power. She'll do anything to get wealth. Anything for greed. Anything to get a higher standing and stature to make her feel better than she actually is, because she's an old lady. She doesn't want to accept the fact she's getting old. She's denying aging. And as a Breton with elven blood, of course, they tend to live longer than most humans. But she is not accepting that fact. She's denying age. She wants anything to make her feel younger. Be it a younger man, be it more wealth, be it more power. I'm gonna name her Margie. Or Margaret. Her name is Margaret. Now, yes, I do realize my voice is annoying. I apologize. But, oh, I forgot all about stats. I'm so stupid. Stats. Health, stamina, and magicka. You may want to invest in magicka, health, and stamina. When you start off at level 1, do health twice, stamina once, magicka once. That way, you don't die when a dude comes up to you and beats you in the face with an axe. You have enough stamina to run like the wind if you're an old lady. Dark Brotherhood quote of that. Enough magicka to conjure the bodyguards who will kick tail for you. And, well, health to not die. There's also a few extra skills I might want to add. Are smithing, enchanting, and alchemy. Only because those 3 are the fastest ways to make money. Alchemy especially. If you could just walk somewhere and gather the ingredients you need, just gather everything you see, you're likely to make a few valuable potions when you get to the next city. But, now, enchanting, smithing, it's not going to get you the gold itself. It can and will if you level it up enough, and if your speech skill's high enough. But enchanting, the things you smith, will do wonders for your gold. Your coffers will be filled, I swear and I promise. But, now, her views on the divines and the Daedra. The divines, she can worship. It wouldn't be a big deal. But the Daedra, I suggest going with either Namira, one that's not direct. Namira, Nocturnal, Vermina, Periite, Clavicus. No, not Clavicus. Hermaeus Mora. That's a big one. And with the Dragonborn DLC, that's great, especially with the Black Books. But you're gonna have hell trying to survive in them. But I don't recommend doing the main quest only because after you do the mission for Whiterun, dragons will randomly attack you, and you're not going to survive well against a dragon. Well, you'll survive, you just won't kill it, which means no shouts, sadly. But if you're going to invest in any other magic, I would go with Restoration and Alteration for defense and healing. So, that's about it, guys. That's all I got for this build. This crappy video and crappy build.